receipt, as soon as he throws that, pop, boom. Okay. When I'm throwing the cross, what makes me punch so effective is good. Now this is super advanced again, guys. This isn't for the beginner. This is your boy, Coach Anthony. I know I've been very busy, guys. I've been very, very busy, okay? This month we went ahead and we had Jamar Talley, my 201-pound amateur boxer. He went ahead and he fought in the Olympic trials, and he ended up qualifying, winning the championship, and making it to the next part of the Olympic, I don't know how you say it, I guess, the opportunity to make the Olympic team. In order to make the Olympic team, first you have to win the Olympic trials, and then from the Olympic, well, you have to qualify at the Olympic trials, I should say. He ended up coming in the second seed, and it's based on a point system. So what happens is, he has a certain amount of points. When he goes to the OTC, which is the Olympic Training Center, he has to follow a code of conduct rule, which will give him some more points, and then he has to fight internationally, which will give him some more points, and then there's a total amount of points, and if you go ahead and you make those points, you make the USA team. It is a process, but we went ahead and we successfully got him qualified on the team. I couldn't be more proud. And I will be doing something with him before he leaves, because he's going to be leaving very soon over to the OTC. So I'm hoping to get him on the channel to do an instructional with me in the very near future, so you guys can go ahead and get to know him a little more on the boxing technique side. Also, we have world champion Tevin Farmer fighting Jojo Diaz. For all my boxing fans, I know you guys know that's a big deal. He will be fighting on Super Bowl weekend in Miami. And I'm very excited. You know, I lived in Florida for over 10 years. I'm from New York City. I moved to Florida, so I'm very familiar with South Florida. That's where I competed as an amateur boxer. That's where I gained a lot of experience as a boxer myself. So I love Florida. To all my Florida people, you know what I'm saying, I gotta give y'all a shout out. And I also got the ebook. If you guys haven't checked out the ebook, it will be in the link description below. You have to get this ebook. This ebook basically starts you from the ground up. It's the fundamentals. Whether you're experienced or inexperienced, it is a free ebook, and it is something that you should have in your library. We put some effort into this, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm excited to give it to the world. Today, what are we gonna go ahead and work on? We're gonna work on feints. I never did a video on feints, so right now I was trying to figure out a video that I want to come up with, so here we go. Now, what I'm going to say is there's 3 ways that you could feint somebody, okay? The first one is with your hand, the next one is with your head, and the next one is with your feet. Okay, when I say the head, a lot of times you hear people say head movement. Head movement is really upper body movement, because you're not just moving your head, right? You're moving your upper body, but as boxing lingo, we say move your head. You know what I mean? Basically get your head outside of the center line is basically what that is, okay? So, we're gonna go ahead and attack different ways to do a feint. I'm gonna show you guys the hand way, the hand feint first. Now, basically all a feint is a fake, okay? They call it feinting in the sport of boxing, but it's really a fake. You're pretending that you're gonna actually do the move, and then you don't do it. And then what happens in the feint, the reason why you want to feint your opponent is because you want to get a reaction. That's the whole purpose of the feint. For instance, if I feint the jab right now, that's a hand feint. Notice what I did. If you throw a jab properly, you extend it out, right? Bang. But if I feint it, look, the shot never releases, but the shoulder snap still gets done. So I'm going, whoop, right? That's the feint of the upper body with the shoulder, with the hand. I call that the hand feint. What you want to do is, if I feint the jab, you want to see if you can get your opponent to do this. Right? So now they're doing this, leaving their face exposed. Maybe you feint them and drop a hook on them, okay? So we're going to go ahead. If I'm shadow boxing, and I'm going ahead and I'm dropping a hand feint on you, whoop, that's what I do. Whoop. Right? Give you a little footwork. Whoop. Whoop. Now look, Notice another thing that I do when I shadow box. I always go to a new spot. So this really doesn't have anything to do with feinting, but it will in a second. But you don't want to do a move and stay in the same spot. For instance, if I feint you and I stay here, let's just say his reaction is to punch. Boom, I can get hit. But if I go whoop, and then I step off, now he has to reset. Whoop, right? Feint. Okay, that's the first one. The next one, we're gonna go to the feet. And I'm gonna go ahead and I call this we'll go ahead and call this a foot feint. If you guys saw my springboard video, I did a video called Slipping with Springboards. You guys should check that out. Basically where it's, when you're in your boxing stance, only the front foot moves or the back foot moves, whether it's forward, back, left, or right. So for instance, if I go forward, that would be a springboard going forward. If I go backwards, is that, right is that, left is that. So if I did it this way, bang, 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 bang. The reason I call it springboard is because it's like a springboard. Now, is that the terminology that I used in boxing? No, I just made that up for the video just so you guys can know. But at the end of the day, that's basically what you're doing. So that's a really good way to feint somebody. So for instance, if I'm here and I want to feint you with that, I go, whoop. Now look what I did. I took the step as if I was stepping with the jab. Because a lot of times when you throw a jab, it's boom. But now I'm gonna go boom, and I don't throw the jab. And then I step off to a new spot. Okay? It could be the same thing over here. I could go boom, make believe I'm gonna step and throw the shot, but I don't boom, and then I throw the jab. There's different things I could do off of that. So basically all you're doing is stepping as you're gonna throw, stepping as you're gonna throw, stepping as you're gonna throw. The next way to do a feint would be with your upper body. So for instance, if I'm here and I just hit you with a little head feint, that's called a head feint, right? So basically I'm here and I go like this. Now, a lot of times when a guy goes like this, he's loading up a hook, right? I'm loading up a hook to the body or I'm loading up a hook to the head. So if I can get you to brace like this, that's the key to that feint. So if I come over here and I go, whoop, and I see you go like this, I might go feint, boom, and I shoot the right hand. Okay, there's different things you could do. It's the same way on the other side. I could go ahead and go, whoop, I could feint this way, or I could feint this way. For me, it's more natural on the head feint to feint leaning this side, but you can also do this side. If I do this side, I like to add the foot, so I'll go, whoop, or I like to add the foot to that, so then you can combine the two. All right, but basically the purpose of the feint is to get a reaction out of your opponent so you can set them up for the later moves that you're trying to do. Now, I didn't get into all the setups off the feints. There's more things you could do. Trust me on this. This is just like a quick rundown so you have an idea of what the 3 different kinds of feints are. So for instance, we'll go back over. We got the hand feint, foot feint, head feint, okay? And what you do is you mix it into your boxing. It's really good to use your feints with your jab. That's a really great way to create different opportunities for you to hit and counter your partner. Add that into your boxing. I'll have more videos on this topic. If you like this topic, leave a comment below. Please share the channel, like it, subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. And I got the Coach Anthony hoodies. They're gonna be on the website too, so check those out. Man, this year, 2020, man, is gonna be a very great year for all of us, man. We're gonna start off the year very strong, so just be ready for a lot of good stuff that we got coming to the channel. And I just wanna say thank you so much for your support. Boxing man. See, as soon as he throws that, boom, okay?
When I'm throwing the cross, what makes me punch so effective is good. Now this is super advanced again, guys. This isn't for the beginners.